All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops of GMS, great millstone that rule well, teach well, while learn his truth, 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 of men, prophets, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, and shalom to you, Akwath, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere, and your children, shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be building off of the situation that you had occur in Taiwan. And I'm going to basically label today's video, the love of many is waxing cold, man. And that's what we're ultimately seeing happening all throughout planet Earth, here in America and all throughout the four corners of the earth, where you got people just, bugging out and doing all type of crazy things. And we know that ultimately as the days progress that, things like this is going to become more prevalent and more, happening and occurring in these times, man, because ultimately we know that we're at the time of the end, man, and that these evils are only going to continue to amplify and to, manifest more in these times, right? As it tells us right here in the first precept, I'm going to grab 2nd Esdras chapter 14, right? And I read verse 16. It says, for yet greater evils, meaning bad times, because we're living in a time of, evil, man, right? And that word evil in the Hebrew goes to rayam, which are bad times. So we're living in a time where, you're just going to, continue having situations occur where there's going to be mass violence and, people ultimately just bugging the hell out, losing their minds and doing all type of crazy things, man. You see, people got demons on them and, people are just running around here doing whatever, man. Right? It's about to get more, chaotic, you see, as the days progress. It says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Yeah, man. So ultimately, everything that we're seeing happening going on now with, these mass deletions, people, going into places and, shooting up certain areas, clubs and all of the things that have ultimately been occurring that have been shown on the news lately. These things are going to become more prevalent, right? And I'm actually look up the meaning to that word prevalent, right? Just for edification's sake, of course, right? We want to go to the meaning of that word, right? And this is what it means on the AI overview on Google, right? The meaning to the word prevalent. It means a widespread in a particular era or at a particular time, right? And when you go down to the meaning or the similar words, I should say, it goes into widespread, right? Frequent. Yeah, man. Frequent. When something is frequent, that means it's happening a lot. And these are the times that we're living in where, like I said, these crazy situations are just going to be happening more and more. They're going to become more, common, you see, in these times, man. You see, because like I said, we're at the time of the end, man, and these evils are only going to continue to increase all throughout planet Earth, man. You see? So we're going to get back into the video, and I'm going to ultimately allow it to play, and then I grab a few more precepts, and Lord's willing to be edifying. But with that being said, fair use. I'm not getting paid for this video. This is only for educational purposes. Only fair use.
Tonight, a horrifying rampage in the heart of Taiwan's capital. Videos show a man dressed in black running through a crowded shopping district in Taipei, wielding a massive knife, indiscriminately slashing bystanders before entering a popular mall, sending terrified shoppers running. Authorities say the assailant began his deadly Friday night attack at this nearby metro station, where he threw 5 or 6 smoke grenades. Videos show heavy smoke filling part of the station, and commuters just feet from the attacker taking shelter in a Starbucks. In this CCTV footage, you can see the chaos and someone falling to the ground. Everybody was panicking, said this McDonald's employee. What I did immediately was to get the customers to take cover and hide. This woman says she was among those attacked, saying it did not feel like a slash, it felt more like being hit. Then it really hurt. According to Taiwan's national news agency, 3 people were killed and at least 6 others hurt, and that the suspect, 27-year-old Chang Wen, also died after jumping out of a store window. Taipei's mayor says Wen was a wanted fugitive for evading military service. Tonight, Taiwan's prime minister announcing increased security in public areas, seeking to calm a nation unaccustomed to violence. Liz Kreutz, NBC News.
Right. So you hear what it is that the woman said for the video I allowed to play in, even though, like I said, this happened in Taiwan. Hey, this is going to become more prevalent all throughout the earth, man. Here in Babylon, the great America, you see, and all throughout the 4 corners of the earth where, you just going to basically have more people just, bugging out, man, and doing, things like this, man. Like I said, this is going to be the norm. You see, people just losing their minds, going into places and just, ultimately doing these things, you see, because ultimately we understand and know that, hey, we're living in very evil times, man. As it tells us right here in 2 Timothy chapter 3, and I read verse 1, right? It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, right? And we're going to look up the meaning to that word perilous, right? On AI overview on good as well, right? And the meaning to that word goes into a time that is full of danger or risk, right? Go down to the similar words. It goes into dangerous, right? Hazardous, risky, unsafe, right? Uncertain, right? Yeah, man, because we're definitely living in some very, unsafe times, man. Some very dangerous times. You see, that's why the scriptures tells us in the book of Ephesians 5, right? Which I'm going to bring that out through the spirit, because this is the spirit that us hopeful like brothers and you few sisters out there should be in these times, being very observant, being very aware of your surroundings, being circumspect, you see, because like I said, hey, these things are going to become the norm. You see, you got to be cautious of when you go out in certain areas, going to stores, wherever it may be that you go, you see, or wherever place you attend, even at your job. You see, you just got to be circumspect because like I said, these people got demons on them, man, and people just crashing the hell out, you see, over any small little thing, right? So as the scripture said, you got to be moving with wisdom in these times, allowing wisdom to guide you and meeting you at every thought, man, especially operating among these people, right? Because these people don't got it. You see, these people through, man, right? And like I said, it's going to get worse, These people behavior and the evils are going to increase, right, as the days progress. This is Ephesians chapter 5. I started verse 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, right? And we're going to look at the meaning to that word circumspectly as well, right, through the spirit, right? Because it's important to look up the meaning of these words, just for edification's sake, of course, right? But bear with me. I'm going to look that up. This is the meaning to the word circumspectly, right? And it goes into to live carefully, wisely, and with deliberate attention to one's surroundings, right? And spiritual walk, avoiding foolishness and seizing opportunity in evil days by understanding and doing the Most High's will, not just stumbling through life, right? So as I just read, being prudent, being wise, right? What does it say in Proverbs 22:3, one of my favorite precepts, it says how a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. You see, this is a time like never before that we don't want to be ultimately, walking around carelessly, man. You see, not being, aware of our surroundings, you see. And I'm actually keep reading because there's a bit more on it. It says it's about being watchful, right? Prudent and intentional, right? Reflecting light in a dark world through wise conduct and discernment, as if navigating a field to avoid harm. You see, so like I said, man, we got to be allowing wisdom to meet us at every thought. You see, if you see something that doesn't look right, hey, you want to act on it, man. You see, this is not the time ultimately to be in a careless state, because like I said, we're living in a time, man, where, hey, these evils are only going to continue to ramp up, man. And these people are going to continue to bug out more and more. So we got to ultimately be moving in that spirit of being wise, man. You see, operating among these people, right? What does it say in, let me grab that, Colossians chapter 4, right? And I read verse 5, getting straight to the point. It says, walk in wisdom towards them that are without. And who are those that are without wisdom? Talking about the 2/3 of Jake, right along with these damn heathens, man, because these people don't have wisdom. You see, these people just walking around like brute beasts, like animals, man. And that's their behavior. You see, so we got to walk in wisdom, operating among these people, knowing that they got demons on them, knowing that they're easily aggravated. People are easily triggered. You see, so these people, like I said, are in the spirit of ready to just crash out at any time, especially with everything we see happening in America's economy. Everything's getting harder for these people. So, I mean, these people are already on a thin line, you see, and any small thing, make these people lose their damn minds, right? So it says, walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time, right? And I'm going to get back to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, right? You got to be wise. Verse 16, it tells you why. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Yep. And we definitely living in some very evil times, man. You see, and like I said, it's only going to get worse, right? But we understand and know that all of these things are occurring. You see, because as I said earlier, we're at the time of the end. You see, the Lord said that this will be going on in these times, right? Let me grab that precept just to prove it, Hence what I labeled today's video, the love of many waxing cold. And this is exactly what we see happening all throughout the earth, man. right? This is Matthew 24, and I read verse 12. In the KJV, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, right? The meaning to that word iniquity goes into sin upon sin or wickedness, which is abounding in the earth, man, especially in this place, Babylon, the great America. It said, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? You go into the meaning of that word cold in the Greek, it goes back to psychos, you see, and that's the spirit that these people are in these times. Very psychotic, very, just cold, man, you see. And like I said, that's why you're going to have more things like what I just showed in this video occurring in these times, man. More people just bugging out, losing their mind and doing, crazy type things, you see. But ultimately, it's the Lord that's doing all of these things, man, because like I said, we're at the time of the end and everything is going according to prophecy. And we know we're living in the days of evil. So, things are going to get worse, man, right? So, with that being said, Lord's willing, I pray this video be edifying, just a quick hit through the spirit, not anything long, So with that being said, we're going to end the video by giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, where I learned this truth 100% according to the Bible. To the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.